got a couple cracks on it. Oh well, big boy on the retina, people show and tell.
Hi, my name is Danielle.
My name is Harvey Sakilayan.
Hello everyone, my name is Celia Barrientos.
Hi, my name is AJ.
This year's PCN, I was the head writer.
I was the head writer and director.
Head writer.
I was the head writer.
What were your biggest challenges?
I think I could probably name the obvious one. I'm not Filipino at all.
The biggest challenge for me personally was just accepting that I couldn't have the experience how I had envisioned it in my mind, like since freshman year of college.
The hardest part was actually starting.
I think as a head writer, communicating my needs to people.
I've never had a Filipino friend until I was in college and I met Katie Medina. If you're watching this, hey.
Like we had written and storyboarded something, but we were like, no, like we can't use that, we have to do something new.
I knew that it was for general body and that they would still enjoy it very much. So I kind of pushed through knowing that, and I'm really glad with how sort of everybody reacted to it.
I didn't want to let a lot of people down, and I know people have expectations, and I know people are looking forward to this. So I felt that, but that type of pressure also motivates me to try to do the best I can.
So looking back on brainstorming and crafting that final product for PCN, quarantine certainly must have been very difficult for everyone at the time. So how did you stay motivated during the pandemic?
To be very honest, it was very hard for me. I don't think I actually fully took care of myself during that time.
I thrive when I'm around the people I love and care about.
For me, it was really hard because I thrive off of feedback.
Keeping the purpose clear in my mind sort of pushed me through, knowing that this was something that could be healing to some people.
I get really driven when I have a really strong purpose, and that really strong purpose was connecting everyone through the pandemic.
This was something that people could turn to and find that oh, this is what FCA can be, or this is what my friends can be, and just opening up and sort of having that feeling of staying connected even when we are sort of away from each other.
What would you say were your inspirations towards the storyline of your PCN?
A lot of the characters, a lot of people can relate to.
A lot of the inspirations came from exploring topics that weren't always talked about.
It was going to be more of an online performance. We just figured we would sort of make it different to other PCNs and not really have the audience be friends and family, but really just general body and make it for them, showing everybody that they had a community.
What is important to them, what is keeping them motivated. I just felt very connected to the people in the room because I really resonated with what everyone's saying. So I'm very much so inspired by the people in PCN.
What would you say you were most proud of regarding last year's PCN?
A lot of the cast members we had that year had zero stage experience. One of the stars of the show happens to be my boyfriend's brother. Eddie is typically known as a very shy boy, but he really got out of his shell with that stage, and I was super proud of him for growing out of his shell, and he put on such a great performance that I was not expecting it. I was blown away.
Getting to know each other, goofing off in our little practices and rehearsals and little brainstorming meetings. It was really rewarding to just sort of get to know everybody.
So how are you feeling about the overall progress so far for the production of this PCN?
I'm nervy, but I think that's valid, and I think that's okay. I know it's gonna be so good because so many amazing, hardworking people are a part of this project. We're just working at our own pace, and that's okay.
Do you have any advice for this year's PCN?
Take some time for yourself. If you need a 5-minute break, I promise you, even though it's it's only 5 minutes, that break is definitely going to be really helpful.
PCN itself and the creation of it is a very collaborative effort.
You're doing it because you want to work on something, make this beautiful thing together.
You have to stop and take it all in and realize this is fun. This is all for fun.
Don't get too caught up in having everything be perfect. Just have fun with the process.
It's really important to know that there's so many people involved because there's also so many people that can support you, and then ask for help if you need it.
What do you want people to take away from this PCN?
As a head writer, I want people to know that just because you don't have a plan or a purpose or just because you don't know what's going on doesn't mean you can't pull importance from it. That's our whole thing with not having a theme. Taking a look inside these characters' lives is that we can pull so much from like one day. I really like everyone to just be more gentle with ourselves. And I'm saying that for myself too. Like, cut yourself some slack. Be more gentle with yourself.
People show and tell, so there's spicy.
You make me fluster.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's it for this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
She know she hot, she know she pretty, she's self-aware. Esteem is all dizzy.